Hello, this is Andy Gromowski again for MBA 622, and I'm about to finish up my Summative blog review, talking about everything that we learned about over the course of these 8 weeks, what I really got from it. So without further ado, hopefully you enjoy it, and let's get started. So my biggest takeaway that I got from this course would be the importance of open communication. Okay, so if you look at what we learned, whether it was a manager talking to employees, a manager talking with another manager, or employees talking to a manager, everything needed to be open and honest. And it was all about having that positive communication efforts in order to help your organization. That's what my biggest takeaway was. The better your organization was at communicating, so the more people felt empowered to state their opinions and accurately state those opinions. The more accurately information was given to members, so they knew exactly what their job was, and it was clearly articulated to them success of that job, what that led to, whether it was a raise or a promotion or keeping a job. That was what really set apart these different a successful communicating organization and a non-successful one. So that's what I definitely got out of this course for the main part. With that being said, what I'm really going to focus on implementing into my professional life is going to be really focusing on my communication skills. Okay, so obviously I want to be able to read nonverbal communication cues. When is somebody locked into what I'm saying? When are they kind of falling behind or may not be interested in anything? How can I frame that conversation to make them interested? That is what I'm really interested in. On top of that, learning what the correct balance is in a group when it comes to conflict. Obviously, some conflict is good. You don't want too much of it, but at the same time, if there's absolutely no conflict, you're all suffering from groupthink. Nobody's bringing any new ideas or playing devil's advocate, and that's not good. So, understanding what the right form of conflict is, and also improve verbal communication skills. So with great conflict, or the conflict that you want, you need to be able to communicate with your coworkers, what your desires are, and really understand when you need to let your opinion be known, when you need to let their opinion be known. Which is better. So understanding the context of that is going to be huge for me personally. Another thing I really want to concentrate on for myself is utilizing the knowledge that leadership is really overvalued. From what I've found, everyone wants to be a leader, but really being a leader is all about how your group interacts, and the success of the group is really what affects outcomes. So me personally, I'm not in a leader position yet. Low man of the totem pole. I'm just your average everyday employee, but at the same time, I can still have a positive overall effect on the group dynamic. It's all about me, even though I can't be the hierarchical leader. I can be, like the first follower that I mentioned in my TED Talk. I can fill that role, and other people can fill that role. And helping the group out that way. Focusing on that is what I'm really interested in. And to really wrap up my final thoughts on the class and what I'm aiming to do is really focusing on continuously improving my own personal communication skills. So like I said, understanding the nonverbal communication skills that nonverbal communication that people have, And obviously they showcase and making sure I understand that, making sure I'm constantly working on an open discussion environment, whether I'm top dog or not top dog, making sure that that works for me. And focusing on that. The better communicator that I become, the better it will be for my career and better team member I'll become. So for me, for my continuous growth, I think working on overall communication skills constantly will help me in the long run. Other than that, it's been fun. Thank you so much for your guys' time. I appreciate it.